Hi everyone. Okay. Welcome everyone. How are you doing? How has your week been? We have a beautiful topic today. If you have the chance, please watch the video I shared on my page earlier about discipline of our kids in diaspora. We're going to compare it with discipline of kids in Nigeria, where we come from. Hi everyone. Let me take time to acknowledge the people that are here already. Miss Ejiwumi Omobusayo Mololu, thank you. Uncle Yinka Shokoya Ekarosao. Debowale Damola, thank you for joining in. Kiko Dedino, thank you. Honorable Aimino Wane Benedict, thank you for joining in. Thank you. Okay. Miss Sabina Idoko, Victoria Overcome, Auntie Taye Oloritayo Lafusi, Ekaro ma, thank you for joining ma, thank you ma. Sister Yomi from Arizona, how are you doing ma? Chijola, relax baby. Sister Nikki Joseph, Dr. Nikki Joseph, how are you doing? Nice to see you sis. Okay, if you have time, watch the video I shared on my page this morning about discipline of our kids in diaspora. And hide your face. I hide my face on my way. Fire, fire, fire. Amen. How is my little boy? How is he doing? And your husband? It's nice to see you, sis. Welcome, sir. How are you doing? Thank you for joining in. Actually, my name is Helen, popularly known on Facebook as Ekins Paris, which is my business name. But actually, my name is Helen Temitope Adedayo. People complain that I don't introduce myself. I just go into the program. So my name officially on my driver's license is Helen Temitope Adedayo, and I reside in United States. Hey sis, hey beautiful Latoxi, how are you? Thank you, Dr. Latoxi. Thank you for joining us. Actually, I'm a nurse. That's a little introduction I can give you. Helen Temitope Adedayo, and I'm a nurse. I watched a video this morning that was shared on Facebook. It appeared to happen in UK, I believe. Let's say Europe, exactly. Let's say Europe. Let's not say UK, because it didn't say on the video. I just know it's Europe. I think the kid must have done something wrong, and the mom disciplined the kid, probably by spanking the kid. You know, we all have different names for discipline. Is it that spank? Is it that pow pow? Is it that eating? In Nigeria, we say beating. Maybe the mom beats the kid, and the kid ran to the cops to report to them that the mom punished him, and the case was taken to court. Thereby they ruled and took the kid to social home. So while the kid was in social home, I believe the kid learned a lesson or two that there is no place like home no matter what. And the kid went back to them and said he wants to go back home. So they took the kid back home, but the judge said no, they should go bring the kid back to the social home. And the video that I watched earlier, we noticed how the cops, there were about 6 of them. I was surprised. 6 cops going to pick up that little lad. It doesn't make no sense to me. I'm like, seriously? If 6 cops are going to pick up a young boy, so if they're going for an elderly man like the age of 28 to 40, that means they're gonna be like 20 that will go into the house to enforce that they bring the guy back. So while they were there, I noticed how they were trying to rope the mother in, that the mother was the one that convinced the kid not to go, and that they wanted the mom to join them to encourage the boy to go with the cops. And the mother refused and said, no, I'm not going to encourage my son to go with you. I'm not going to encourage my son to leave his home. So thereby, that's what brought this topic up. I remember taking a class back then in California, psychology class, and we were discussing about the effect of taking a child away from her home to social services, to social service home, probably because of abuse, probably because something happened. And when we were discussing this topic, I remember vividly so many effects that the effects and tolls it has on the kids that were discussed that particular day. So that was the reason why I came out like, disciplining a child, should it be considered as a punishment? Should it be considered as an abuse? And that's why I said, okay, let's bring this topic out. Let's deliberate on it. Let's learn one thing or the other, because a lot of families have lost their kids to social services in this country. A lot of families. Let's not say, oh, it's a white people issue, or it's an African American issue. It happens to Nigerian Americans as well. And what are the things we can do to stop it from happening to us? What are the things that can happen? Okay, I'm coming. Hold on, people. Please don't tell me you're no longer working. It doesn't make sense. I just got you. Oh, okay. Okay, so I wrote down some points that said disciplining a child, should it be considered as a punishment, yay or nay? It now falls under yay and it falls under nay. It's either a yes, it's either a no. I would say yes, purposely because the kind of discipline that is being meted out on the child, I would say yes to that, because some people will discipline a child causing harmful injury to the child, causing the child to bleed, causing the child to be admitted in the hospital, causing the child to be admitted into the mental institution, causing low self-esteem for the child, causing low self-integrity for the child, causing nervousness in the child, causing aggressive behavior in the child. That one, I would say, yes, it can be considered child abuse. And my nay part, I would say it can be considered as a child abuse when I go by the biblical part that says, spare the rod and spoil the child. In a situation whereby you notice your child complain upon complaint from school, probably the child is the one that is bullying another child in school, and they keep reporting this particular child to you, and you just get home. At times here in America here, probably because of the aggressiveness that we have from Africa. Africans are very aggressive. They don't understand the aggressiveness, and it feels somehow to them like your child, they expect your child to sit down and be calm. But Nigerian kids are everywhere. They're curious. They want to investigate why this thing is like this. They want to see what is going on. They're curious. They want to know how this happened. Like if they find a battery, they want to know how did the battery come out to be round? Why is it square? What is inside? And they just want to look around their environment, their surrounding, and know what is going on. But in a typical environment here, in a typical different color environment or different tribe environments, when you take your child, I remember when my child was growing up back then, and it was going to the daycare. I remember then that each time I take him there, they will call me and be like, "Oh, Miss Ellen, you need to come and pick up your son." Shola Wellington, I'm not generalizing statements. This is an avenue for us to interact. Just tell me what statement you're talking about. Then if you want me to rephrase, I can rephrase. I'm not generalizing statement. Okay. They will call me and say, "Oh, ma'am, you need to come and pick up your son. He's opening doors. He's trying to open the refrigerator." And I'm talking about a 3-year-old. They're very curious. They're very active. And before you know it, they will label your kid as having ADHD, or they will label your kid as having autism. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that some kids doesn't have autism. Some kids have autism and some kids have ADHD. But if you are not careful, your kid might be misdiagnosed as having ADHD and having autism. So that is why I'm saying that we just need to be mindful, because they don't understand. Because when they start seeing your kid on a normal day in Nigeria, we see all these kids jumping up and down, doing 10-10, playing with sand, and having friends come over. You know, they say we Africans are loud when we talk. And when you are in their own area and we are exhibiting that same character and action, they tend to look at us like, what is wrong with this person? Why is she loud? At times they will be like, "Why are you mad?" Whereas we're not mad. It's the way we talk. It's our character. It's the way and manner in which we talk. And they don't seem to understand that it's just our ways. Few people understand that, okay, that is how Africans are. Dr. Lactoxy said, yes, they are quick to label children, especially black boys. Yes, Dr. Lactoxy, you're right. They tend to be like, oh, you can even see some Nigerians that grow up here that had never been to Nigeria or mingle among Nigerians. They'll be like, is he okay? Are you sure he's okay? What is going on? What is wrong with him? He can't seem to sit down. He can't seem to keep quiet. We are all different. Yes, someone said that to me once. Why are you angry? I said, that's my voice. I am African. Thank you, Dr. Olatoksi. So many times, and believe me, Dr. Olatoksi, it's not only them here that will even ask you that question. Some of our Nigerians, some of our Nigerians, like you were born and brought up here in United States here, you do understand a lot of African characteristics and traits, but some of them here, they're gonna be like, label you and be like, oh, something is wrong with her, something is this, something is that. Okay, Shola Wellington said, you said Africans are aggressive, but I stand to be corrected. Oh yeah, not all Africans are aggressive, if that's the point. I'm sorry about that. Not all Africans are aggressive, but most Africans are aggressive. And what I mean by aggressive is not only in the way we interact that we are aggressive. In the way we walk, we are aggressive. Africans are always aiming for the top. When you are in competition with them, you will definitely understand what I'm saying. They are aggressive to get their work done. They are aggressive to make it. And when they see somebody else that can be a competition with them to make it in life, they are aggressive to make it in life. That is what I mean by aggressive. I don't mean aggressive as in throwing punches. Hell no, that's not what I mean. When I said aggressive, so many ways. Because so many times they will be like, oh, you're so aggressive. The way you're talking like you're mad. Whereas we're not mad, that is the way we talk. So when I say, let me go back to what I was discussing. Yes, aggressive meaning motivated to do and achieve. Thank you, Dr. Latoxi. Shola Wellington, thank you. Most Africans are aggressive in the right way. Exactly my point. So when I say it, let's say discipline. What is discipline? Discipline can be categorized as punishment because that is what we are trying to achieve to get a positive outcome from a child or from a bad situation. For example, maybe they've been complaining to me that, okay, my child is doing one particular thing in school and is not following directions, or is trying to, let's use an example of, is disturbing all the kids from learning in the classroom. Like he is making too much noise, he's going there to play. Then I will call my child and be like, boy, you are in school for a reason. And the reason why you are in school is for you to learn while you are in the classroom. There is a time for you to play. Probably your siesta time, they will ask you guys to go outside and play. That is the time when you can play. But while in the classroom, if you do not want to learn, do not disturb the other kids from learning. You can start your punishment like that. That is like giving a one-on-one opportunity to talk with your kid, like, okay, this is right and this is wrong. And when you are saying it, you can say it in a friendly manner. At the same time, you can say it with a stern voice for your child to understand that, okay, this is serious business and it is unacceptable. So that is a part and a form of punishment, but a mild punishment, like a first time thing. So many kids don't like to be talked to. Me in particular, I hate it for anybody to tell me, okay, come here, I want to talk to you. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Don't say nothing to me. I just want to be by myself. I don't like it. I don't feel comfortable about it. So there are different kinds of discipline that is being considered as child abuse. Like in a situation whereby your child does something that is really, really not right, and you decide that, okay, because your child did this, probably because of the situation you in, you went ahead and get a razor blade and you start cutting your child. That is child abuse. Back in Nigeria, where I come from, I have seen people. I'd never experienced it. I had never experienced it myself, but I'd seen some people that their parents would be like, because of what they did, that it's so grievous, that they don't like it, it's so grave, it's a disappointment and it's embarrassing to them. They now decide to use razor to cut their kids and apply pepper. That is child abuse. I don't know how you plan to achieve a positive outcome from that. Some people, they will say that because they notice that they now cut some part of their fingers in the house. I'm not saying outside like jungle justice. No, I'm talking about in the home. In the home, I've heard and I've seen, but it had never happened to me. So those ones are considered as child abuse. Because if you want to punish your kid, you can start from facing the wall. You can start from taking away what you know they like. You know, our kids of today now, they love to have their game with them. Their game is like their best friend. Take away their games. See what it's gonna do to them. Take away their computer. Take away their phones. Restrict them and tell them, oh, you're not gonna go out to see your friends. Let's try some avenue like that, rather than inflicting self-injury on these children. Okay, apart from beating or spanking these kids, the words that come out from our mouth are equally punishment. They are equally discipline. Excuse me, Tolu, I took your laptop and your phone. Do not go to get them. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Some people, I lost my train of thought there. I'm sorry. Some people, the words that come out from their mouths is even worse than them beating their kids. Some people will say so many things that are so demeaning to the kids that the kids might lose self-confidence in themselves and they can lose self-esteem. Like you continually saying things like, oh, you are like your father. That is how your father is. Your father is useless. You are going on to that same path of your father. Your father is useless. Your father is this. Your father is that. Your father is a failure. And you are already working on that path as well. Those are demeaning words. Those are demeaning words. And some kids, it's not every children that will process whatever is being said to them the same way. Dr. Latoxi said, yes, Verbal abuse is sometimes much worse than physical abuse. Yes, you're right, doctor. Sometimes the words that comes out of our mouths, they are so negative. Apart from being spiritual, they are so negative that they are demeaning to the soul. Not everybody processes verbal things the same way. The way we process and digest stuff, it's totally different from the way another person will process it. Some kids will go into thinking like, is that my mom? Is she really my mom? Is that my dad? Are you really sure that is my dad? Hi viewers, please like, share, and comment so that other people can benefit from this. I forgot to say it earlier. Please like, share, and comment if you think that what I'm saying does not make sense, or if you think that what I'm saying needs to be corrected. Please leave me a comment, and I will work on that as well. Thank you, Sister Fola Godwin. How are you doing, Auntie? I'm gonna call you after the live chat. I'm sorry I missed your call 2 days ago. Okay, so some verbal words, they can be so demeaning. Some kids will now sit down and be thinking like, why will my mom say this to me? Why will my dad say this to me? Are you really sure this is my mom? Are you really sure this is my dad? Why will anybody say this to me? If this talking to the kids negatively, if it happens 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and it continues like every day, the kids are gonna be rebellious. The kids are gonna be looking for an avenue to find happiness for themselves. They're gonna be looking for things to console themselves, and when you start doing that, it means you are pushing your children away from you. Thereby, you're not gonna know your children anymore. They're not gonna have the trust that they need to have in you to share things with you, because they'll be like, oh, if I tell my mom this thing, I already know what she's gonna say. If I tell my dad this thing, I already know what he's gonna say. I already know how he's gonna act. I already know what his action is gonna be. And you tend to push your kids away. And when you push them away and they go into their things, it's very, very difficult bringing them back to you. So many people will be like, oh, why is your kid clinging to you? Why are you turning your kid into a mama's boy? If he doesn't cling to me, who do you want him to cling to? I'm still his mother, I'm still his wife right now. When he grows up, then he will cling to his wife. The only best friend he has is his mother. When he's a boy, they are closer to their mom. When he's a girl, they are closer to their dad. When you see that, some people tend to get offended and they start saying some things like, oh, your kid is still clinging. It doesn't matter. Let them have interaction with their families. So in the area of, Dr. Olatoksi said, the most important thing is to talk to the children and try to make them understand their actions. Even if we have to discipline, we need to still explain why. Sometimes they believe we just yell for no reason. That is true. I'm still going to get to that. Sister Shola Wellington said, Abike, yes, discipline is considered child abuse when it gets to that stage whereby all we do is yell, rant, and rave, or we start slapping them like that. It gets, at times the situation that we find ourselves, or at times the mood that we are in, it clouds our judgment at times in the way we met out discipline to our kids. That will be considered as abuse, because if you've had a rough day at work, if you've had a shouting match over the phone, if you've had an argument with someone and somebody now coming to report your son or your daughter to you at that particular time, believe me, that is your victim right there. You're going to pounce like a lion on that kid. At the end of the day, when you are by yourself, you'll now be thinking like, okay, why did I do that? What was that for? That kid does not deserve what I did to him or her at that particular moment. Then I put that eating a child when you are under stress or influence. Yeah, when you are under stress or influence. Some people probably they're coming back from a bar or from a party, and they've been drinking a bottle or 2 of alcohol, and they come in, probably the time set for going to bed is 9 p.m. and they're coming in at 1 a.m. and they find their kid probably playing games or doing things that they've already said the kid should not do. With that, with the annoyance and with the fact that alcohol is already in their system, they pounce on the kid. It's gonna cloud your judgments in disciplining your kid. I have another note whereby I said lashing out words and saying demeaning words that will affect the child's self-esteem. Then culturally, it is frowned at and also considered as indiscipline on the part of many if we don't say anything at a particular time, especially when you have a friend or a neighbor or a family member visit you and they're stressing to you that, oh, I saw your daughter like 2 days ago in the midst of some boys in the neighborhood, and we know these boys are very bad boys. They're known to be doing drugs, they know to rape, and they said they saw your daughter there. A lot of people frown at it when they tell you at that particular time, and you don't call the kid and say, bossy be funke, kilo de to sheshe lebenye, funke, kilo de to sheshe, bye. A lot of people, they frown at it, but some people, the way and manner in which they treat things and the way they deal with a situation is different. Some people will prefer that they will start talking to the kids immediately after you leave, but culturally, some people will feel like you are telling them that they are beborum, or that you are telling them to shut up, that is none of their business. Or Shola Wellington said, oftentimes parents transfer their aggression to the children. Most parents, even me, are guilty of this. Exactly, Sister Shola Wellington, you are right. That is why I said with my forum is not me talking to people that I am the boss, I am the teacher, I know this. No, my forum is to learn from the people watching me and from the people watching me, to learn from whatever I have read and checked out before bringing to the chat. Latoxi said, yes, it's true. Transfer of aggression. I myself am a work in progress. God help us. God help us all. We are all a work in progress. Myself, I transfer aggression. Believe me, if I had a bad day at work and I'm coming home, and my son, probably on my way home, as I was mad, tired, and my son's school just called me to say something, oh my God, all hell will break loose. But if I get home and it's not there, I would have had time to calm down, digest the situation, and handle it in a different manner rather than shouting like a mad woman. So, because at times when you're yelling at them, they'll be looking at you like, Mom, what did I do? Mom, what is going on? Mom, why are you mad? Mom, why are you frustrated? So we just have to pray to God and apply wisdom in the way we deal with these kids. I put down that spiritually, it says, spare the rod and spoil the child. We cannot say because we are in diaspora and because of the negative effects, we will not discipline our kids. No, even in the Bible, it says, spare the rod and spoil the child. If you do not handle your kids from now and you let them grow up like that, it's going to have a negative effect on you in the future and possibly in the society. We all want our kids to come out good. Uncle Lisha go for me back today. I didn't hear. Uncle. Uncle said, you are indeed educating viewers. Bless you loads for that. However, I shakara my boys when they misbehave. That is Elijah, David, Timo, Bagba, Muma, Baeleshe, and all that. But listen, while I was growing up, my mom especially will use Koboko on me most time. Course comes out randomly, which will definitely not be beneficial to the children's future. But fortunately for me, I have learned to rebuke and cast out all those annoying causes. That is Oloshiomo. I should have aborted you. Those aren't the best way to get a child in order. Talking about the situation is very... my phone don't start again. Okay, I'm gonna pin that comment. Thank you very much, Uncle Lua Shegun Fumi. Thank you so much, Uncle. I really appreciate all your encouragement, sir. Thank you so much. So, Dr. Latoxi said, Jerry says to me, Mommy, if you are feeling frustrated, take a deep breath. Oh my goodness. Tolu will get me a cup of water and said, Mom, you need to take a chill pill and drink water. May God help us all in the way and manner in which we're dealing with them. We pray that God give us the wisdom in which we will interact and raise these kids. It's not easy to raise kids. Some kids, the way they grow up are quite different from the way we expect them to grow. But especially they complain about single moms raising kids. I've seen beautiful single moms. I've seen beautiful single moms that have raised up good kids. Good kids, it doesn't matter. When we were growing up back then, the curses and the beating that we get from our parents, and we thank God that we didn't turn out to become something horrible that we will be regretting. We thank God that we didn't turn out to be something like that. But in a situation, some kids do grow up to become kids that will end up in a mental institution. So many times we find some kids that are depressed. Those are all side effects of beating kids to the point of inflicting self-injury on those kids. So definitely, but spanking kids, I've seen a white woman spank a kid in the store before. And this kid I'm talking about should be like 2 or 3 years old. We were on the aisle and hi Han, how are you doing, baby? Thank you, welcome, and thank you for joining us. Please like, share, and comment. I saw this woman on the aisle. What the kid was doing is everything that the attendant placed on the aisle in the store, the kid will go there and fling everything out, fling everything on the floor and be laughing. Then the mom will take her time and put them back. Then the attendants will come back without complaining and stocking everything back. And the kid now turned it into play and started flinging all these things continuously. And eventually, the mom was like, what is wrong? What is wrong with you? Will you stop it? I don't want to repeat myself. You need to stop it. And the attendants will smile and not bothered about it. The fourth time I saw that woman, that was the first time I see a white person beat their kid. She removed the baby's shoe from her feet, slapped the baby on the feet with the shoes several times and put the shoes back on the baby. And the baby was just rolling around there. Anybody that comes to not know what happened to the kid, I just quickly move away from the eye like, oh, it's none of my business. Let me not put my mouth in something that is not mine. That is like discipline. That is not child abuse. Child abuse is you tying the kid, probably tying their 2 hands to the back or tying them to a bed or taking food away from them like, okay, you're not going to eat for the next 2 days. Those are abuse. Those are abuse. Kò ní orúkọ míì tó ń jẹ́ ju abuse náà lọ, because if you restrict your kid from eating 2 days, that is how they will now end up going to somebody's house and be like, okay, let me steal their food and eat here before I go home. What are you trying to achieve? Nothing. But we can discipline our kids by sitting them down and talking to them like, oh mommy, jogbo tèmi. You know, if you listen to the word of my mouth and do this and do this, these are the blessings that you can get from being good. But if you continue to act this way and that way, if you continue to move with the wrong crowd, these are the things that you can end up to be. These are the things that can happen to your enemy. For example, when our kids now start growing and they start mingling with the kids in the neighborhood, you can only vouch for your own home. You cannot vouch for another child from another home. You don't know what kind of child they are. It is good for you to know the kids that your kids are hanging with. You need to know. You need to be curious. You being curious is not a crime, because you don't know if those kids are doing drugs. And when your child starts doing drugs, it might take a very, very long time before you find out. And it might have caused a real bad thing to your child before you find out. So you got to be curious as well, and to be more into your kid than being distant. I know they said some kids will tell you, oh no, I'm grown now, I don't want you in my business. My dear, your business is my business until you turn 21. Glue be super glue. I'm not gonna let you go and anybody will now cast me away and start talking about, oh, because she's a single mom, oh, because she's never there, oh, because all the sacrifices we just have to do for our kids. Some children are troublesome and stubborn and require strict firmness and discipline, but it doesn't mean we should kill them. Like when I was in high school in Nigeria, there are some particular teachers that when they say they come in, everybody will run helter-skelter, hiding. Some teachers will beat kids like they are beating dogs. And even here, if you beat a dog, you're gonna get into trouble for it. Not to talk of you beating a child like that. So those ones are abuse. They're not meting out any discipline on anyone. But back then they are disciplined, because I said it earlier that we Africans are aggressive. Okay, like a situation whereby a teacher wants to discipline some kids, and those kids already know the teacher is gonna discipline them, and they already have like 5 pants on. So you can imagine if the teacher now find out that, oh, this kid have 5 pants on because I want to spank this kid and they have 5 pants on. The teacher is gonna be upset and is gonna beat you more. That is why I said Africans are more aggressive the way they handle things. Then I put when you use a means of punishment. Probably you talking to your kids. Okay, maybe you've been talking to your kids day in, day out. You talk to them today, you talk to them tomorrow, and again next week you have to talk to them. Like a whole month you keep talking to them. Welcome, Shijola. I hope you are you haven't passed out, girl. Shijola said, I took my stubborn daughter to Nigeria to school. Yes, we're gonna talk about that. You know, they said in our Yoruba adage, they said, Tiaba fowo otun bomowi amafito sifamora. It works. In a situation whereby you get very angry at your kid, like, I've been repeating myself for the past 1 month. I keep telling you this thing over and over. I said you should stop this thing and you keep doing it. Your teacher keeps calling me. They said you did this, they said you do that, and you keep repeating yourself. When we get hungry and we let it go, and we are so upset at the way we talk at them, or the way a manner in which we discipline them, or probably we took their thing away, and we see that this kid is now remorseful. It is nice of us to be like, okay, come here. I didn't say we should take them and start buying goody. You can just be like, you know why I was mad at you earlier? The reason why I was mad at you was, you know that this thing you did, that thing that was said is not right. It's not expected of you. That is not expectations that I have of a good kid. And it doesn't display good characteristics of me, your mother. You know, we just try to bring them closer, we show them love, and we let them know that the discipline that we meted out on them is not that we hate them, but because we love them and we want them to turn out good, and we want them to be a better person in the future. So when we try to do that, you discipline them, you pull them closer, and because you pull them closer today, they still do the same thing tomorrow, does not mean we have to hate the kids and kill them. No. Okay, in a situation whereby we have our kids here, because I've seen a whole bunch of families that they have to take their kids to Nigeria. Kò sẹ́ni tínú ẹ̀ máa dùn pé òun mọ́mọ́ òun lọ sí Nigeria pé kó lọ sí school. Kò sẹ́ni tínú ẹ̀ máa dùn pé kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Some kids here, they have been taught in school that if they beat you, if they do this, if they do that, you should call 911. A lot of them have been taught from school. Boya teacher wọn ló ń kọ́ wọn, maybe it's their peers that is teaching them, we do not know. But they know how to pick up the phone and dial 911. And when they dial 911 and they take these kids away, it's gonna be painful for that kid that called 911, and it's gonna be painful for the mother and the other siblings as well. It's not an easy thing for a kid to be taken away from a parent. Apart from the fact that you'll be missing the child's existence in that home. What about you do not know what's going to happen when they take your child to. When they take your child to social services, they're going to put your child in a foster home in a family that you do not know. And now that foster kidney gone to what the meta 10 kobo. Sister Shola Wellington said, I feel it depends on the age when the child was sent. Most parents do it after all options have been exhausted. Sister Shijola said, it's better to take them to Nigeria rather than them taking them to another home. Yeah, actually, both are right. Share in a situation whereby they take them to homes. Taking them to home is not a bad thing, as well as only disadvantage it here. Number one, ọ̀dọ̀ ẹni tó mọ́ ọmọ yín lọ if that person have kids, or that person ó gba àwọn ọmọ mi tó gbà sọ́dọ̀, ìwà táwọn ọmọ mi, the characters that those kids have, we do not know. Now your kid is gonna mingle and dine with those kids. When they dine and mingle with those kids, they're gonna emulate some characters from them. That is the problem that we usually have. Some other kids, only just some grown-up kids, they might physically abuse your kid or even sexually abuse your kid. Okay, she foster parents, and she's not gonna put her eye on the kid 24/7. She might have some other foster kids, like this kid that I said, that like the video I watched today. It has a reason why that kid does not want to go back to the social service home. Dr. Latoxi said, I know a family that the father beat his son so badly and the police were involved, but the child was arrested for shoplifting, the father was jailed, and the son was removed from the home. Sister Shidrola said, believe me, a 13 years boy was taught in foster home how to masturbate. Can you imagine? You know, everything, bó ṣe ní advantage náà ló ní disadvantage kọ́ lóun máa ṣọ́ wa, because you never can tell nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ilé títara tèèyàn where you live. Most of the things that are happening under your nose you do not know, not to talk of now your kid going into another home. It's really, really difficult. And nowadays, it's not only girls that's being sexually abused. Even boys now are sexually abused. We watch it on TV. We read it on the internet. We see lots of things going on. We see even church pastors coming out to confess at the end of the day that, they sexually molested a boy child. So now, Katawa Sokpe, a girl child, you never can tell where they take your kids to. Let's raise our one. It is something that we need to sit down and discuss with our kids. Like that video now, I planned on showing it to my son. Like, you need to watch this. Even if it's not happening to you, you can talk about this video with your other friends so they can learn from it as well. Some kids, they grow up to the extent whereby they said they will be slapping their parents. Thereby, the parents will now call the government and said, okay, please come and take this kid to social services. I am a good talker on taking your kids to Nigeria. I always say this. In a situation whereby your kid is going out of hands and not listening to you, and you feel like your kid is gonna get into trouble, probably through his peers. Like, okay, if your kid is the kind that you'll be like, I don't want you going out with those other kids, and your kids does not listen to you, and those other kids that you see that your son or daughter always move with, maybe they always go to shoplift, maybe they always go around town bullying people and eating people while you're not there, and the police now round them up and take them to jail. Already your child has a criminal thing on the name. Instead of you waiting till that time, I always encourage people like, boya kemo lo si Nigeria for 1 year, because I don't know. There is no way a child will get to Nigeria and not learn. It is not possible, because it's not only the parents that will help you train the child. Passers-by will help you train. Iyarisi, like Betiti, will help you train. In school, they will help you train. I'd seen a lady that was insulting the mom, and it was a passers-by that came to rescue the mom by slapping hell out of the girl. We've seen lots of videos whereby we see African Americans slapping their mother in the bus, and all we see is people holding their phone and recording the video, nobody helping the mother. But in Nigeria, it's not possible. It might be the aunt, it might be the uncle that will come in and intercede on your behalf and right something that is already wrong. So I am really, really in support of you taking your kid to Nigeria rather than you allowing social services to come take your kid away because you don't know where they're taking your kids. And when they take your kid away, you have to follow processes whereby you're gonna get your kid back, because the way they took your kid out of your house, the way they walk your kid out of the door gently, it's not the same way they're gonna bring your kid back to you. It's not the same way you're gonna get your kid back. It's not easy getting them back like that. So we just need to be mindful. We just need to apply wisdom in everything that we do. Dr. Olatoksi said, but there are also bad children in Nigeria. Only God can help us. Yes, you are right, Sister Olatoksi. And you know, like nowadays, àwọn ọmọ tó wà ní Nigeria, wọ́n tiẹ̀ fẹ́ lè sọ pé wọ́n lè ju àwọn ọmọ tó wà níbí báyìí nsìn lọ. Because they are smart, they watch everything on social media, they know what is going on in town, and they are emulating the characteristics that the children that live here are displaying as well. But in nǹkan tó wá jẹ́ kí ti Nigeria yẹn, nǹkan tó jẹ́ kí ti Nigeria yẹn kó tún different ni wípé if they go to school, there are always Mr. somebody and Mrs. somebody that knows how to use the whip. Olatoksi, I know you didn't go to high school in Nigeria. Lucky you. There are some mister, when they use that whip, oh my goodness, you won't want to go to school tomorrow. And some parents, when you go home and be like, daddy, mommy, Mr. Kini can slap me or beat me yesterday, you will get another beating from your parents. Some will be disgraced openly on the assembly ground. Thereby, it's just like we want to say, ojú méjì ló ń bímọ, ìgbà ojú ló ń tọ́mọ. So that is the only thing tó wà ní Nigeria tó tún help. That is the only thing that is helping the kids to be a better person rather than here. Here, you have a limit in the way you talk to your kids, and when your kids are growing up, the way you're raising your kids also matters in the way they're gonna go report you. Like my son now, I'm sure he's not gonna pick up the phone and call 911 on me. Never. But some kids as early as 4 years old, they have the audacity. They are so confident in picking up the phone and dialing 911 for their parents, that their parents eat them. Even our parents will know, maybe their parents just said, go and read your books. Before you know it, they're already picking up the phone and calling the cops and reporting their parents. And before you know it, if they come in today, they come in tomorrow, they will find something and label you and say you are mentally unstable. You understand? And the problem I'm having with these people that always come in to come and talk to you about you, not talking to your kid this particular way, not disciplining your child this particular way. When they come in for the fact that they call them on you, that you're disciplining them, they are the one that will equally walk the kid into jail the day the kid now turns into something else. They are restricting us from disciplining the child. At the same time, they will be the one to walk them into jail. Funta Davis, hey, hi, darling. How are you? Happy New Year. Nice one, sis. Love what you're doing. More grace. Thank you, honey. Thank you. I appreciate it. Please like, share, and comment for other people to benefit from what we are talking about today. Okay, when you discipline a child, it is always good to remind the child the reason for the discipline. Remind the child that you want the child to be a better person and to grow up to become somebody. Like if our cute president, our past president, I'm talking about Barack Obama, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. If Barack Obama had turned out to be a wayward child or an indisciplined child, if he had not listened to the ways and manners in which his parents had raised him, he would never become the president, because number one, he would have committed some crime whereby his name and his fingerprints would have been everywhere, thereby he wouldn't have been able to run for presidency. So we can use those as an example for our kids, for them to change their ways. So okay, my findings when I read some journals and I went on Google, I realized they said children spanked frequently or severely at higher risk for mental health problems. Okay, let me read what Sister Shijola said. I've seen a lot of kids that was taken to Nigeria and they turned out right. Yeah, I had seen some kids taken to Nigeria too. They were really, really, really horrible before they took them, and when they came back, they were really gentle and they were more responsible and calmer. I had seen several kids, especially boys, several of them taken to school, to Nigeria for probably just 1 year, some more years, but when they come back, you'll be like, kí ló fọmọ yìí jẹ níbi tó lọ, báwo ló ṣe ṣe? But maybe the environment and seeing other kids, or probably they see some elder people slapping their head and giving them knock. Maybe that's what changed them. Honestly, I don't know, but whenever they come back, they used to change for the better. Okay, I said that the findings I made on Google said children spanked frequently or severely are at higher risk for mental health problems. When I say mental health problems, I don't mean mad people on the streets like we see. Tí ó jẹ́ pé a máa rí wọn pé wọ́n ti faṣọ ya irun wọn ti ya wèrè. No, when I say mental health problems, a lot of things are under mental health problems that we are unaware of. Anxiety is a mental health issue. Depression is a health issue. For example, when a kid now every day is like every day we have koboko on this hand, we have belt here, we have pankere here, and it's like lashing it out back on the kids every time. If we continue to do that every time on the kid, then when you are coming, even when you don't have that thing in your hand, when you are just going about your own business and the kids see you, they will start shaking. They will be anxious, like, okay, what am I expecting? What is going to happen to me? Those are parts of anxiety. And anxiety, if it's not monitored or treated, it is a very difficult mental issue. A very difficult mental issue because it continues like that into old age. And nervousness as well. It's not good to have a nervous wreck. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry about that. My stand decided to give way. My phone stand is abusive today. Sorry about that. Okay, so anxiety and depression, it can lead to alcohol and drug abuse. And when somebody that is anxious and depressed, you don't get me wrong, some people said they've never seen kids that are depressed. You will see 11-year-old kids that are depressed, 11-year-old kids that are willing to take their own life, 11-year-old kids that will tell you life is not worth living. It might be from the womb, it might be when they grew up, they might get depressed either from the way and manner in which their parents treat them or the way the society is. So when we say mental issues, it's not only those people that are on the streets, but when they have nervous anxiety or depression, they tend to turn into alcohol and drug abuse. Like their peers to see them being by themselves every time, being depressed, they would now come with a solution of, oh, you need to smoke this will help you. Maybe they take a sniff one time, they get hooked. Maybe they drink a little cup, they get hooked through that. Then they tend to start now. They now start stealing your money. They start begging for money to buy this drug. At the end of the day, now you have a big time mental case in your hand. Then you now have to turn to the doctors to see what they can do to help you in treating your child. So when we say that child abuse can lead to mental cases, it might mean depression, it might mean aggressive behavior. A kid that you constantly spanked and lash out onto, demeaning, you giving them using demeaning words on them, giving them low self-esteem, eventually when they become depressed, they tend to turn to anything for solution, and they can start exhibiting aggressive behavior. They tend to turn to people using aggressive behavior with them. They turn to bully because they believe that the only way they can get their way is to be aggressive and to bully. And they said that kids that were beaten also tend to beat all the kids because that is what they used to in the home. So they're gonna exhibit it outside the home as well. Okay, some countries do not allow children to be spanked. Like America, when I was looking at it, I don't know how far Google said America to a certain level. I see United Kingdom too, they said to a certain level. Some European countries, they said no, that you cannot spank a kid. Actually, the video I watched today was in Europe, and I did not see any physical injury on the kid. It might be eating or it might have been treated. But in America, I've heard, I'm not really sure about it, but I've heard about you spanking your kid, that if you spank your kid with no physical injury or damage you can go through. But if they now see blood coming out, oh girl, oh boy, you're going to jail. So therefore, we just have to be mindful and careful in the way and manner we handle our kids. Though they are our children, but let's treat them with love. When we discipline them, let's try and discipline them with love. Let's try and be mindful of, okay, omo, you share me. And so many times when I see the discipline that people met out on people that cause bodily injury on social media, they are either not their kids. Because I always look like, well, okay, she be minimo bi omo yi, why ti mo she ma no mo ide bi pe ma ri pe eje n yo lare abo daku ti abi mo ko ti fe daku that I won't stop. It doesn't make sense unless that person is or is already mentally unstable. So we just have to be very, very mindful of it. And I pray that this woman get her son back, because it was really, really an emotional period for me. Sister Shijola said, it's because Donald Trump was not given a bad beating. That's why she's depressed. Me, I don't know about that one. Uncle Donald, I know they go that area at all. I don't know about Uncle Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a grandfather. I wonder why he's doing that with him. Only God knows. So, and usually I always say, oh, Igbo people working no more, but believe me, they do spank their kids. But the way and manner in which we will spank our kids matters. So we just have to be very, very careful. If we have anybody that wants to come in or had a comment or two, we're still here. That's just a short thing I bring in. Actually, I was not meant to come out today. My plan was to come out to talk about the effects and side effects of bleaching, but my speaker, I was supposed to give her a time to come out, but I didn't get back to her. But probably next week we're gonna do that. So that's all I have for us on disciplining our child. May God help us and give us the wisdom in which we can handle our kids, and they will come out good for us. Like Barolon. Thank you very much for watching me. Please like, share, and comment. If anybody wants to add one or two things, please do. If you want to call in, it's open. I see a lot of my uncles and aunties watching me here for the first time. Sister Bimpe and Tony Wise. Thank you, Jubak, for watching, coming in. Thank you. Do you later? We're almost rounding up. What's up, hand, baby? I see my beautiful sister Anike Lomobi Onidamola de Besin to Alade Taylor. Thank you very much, Sister Moji. God is good. I see you. Shijola, thank you. So I'm waiting to see who's gonna call in. I didn't make arrangement for anybody to call in today. Dr. Latoxi, would you like to come in and put in one or two comments on it? Aji Ajoke Yekini Ekaroma Alajinko, thank you. Please like, share, and comment. Thank you, Dr. Latoxi. Amen, Jumak. Amen. Sister Susan Julius, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your presence. Please like, share, and comment for other people to benefit from it. If we have anybody that wants to pop in and give one or two advice, we're still here before I check out and make it a wrap. Adiola Adewumi Jibril, how are you doing? Sister Sarah Akinloye Abiodun, thank you. Yes, Sister Shola Wellington. Yeah, I was looking for this topic. You said it's now a business. The foster care is now a business. I know. Oh, Juma Kibaoni, my darling. The topic actually is on a video I posted earlier about a lady. I think she's in Europe. She spanked a kid, and the kid went to the cops. So the cops came, got the kid, and take the kid to social service. And the kid now later went to them and said, okay, he wants to go back home. They took the kid home, but the judge now said no, that they want the kid to go back to the social service. The kid doesn't want to go back, and it's a Nigerian family, so it's really, really touching. So I posted it on my page. That is the reason why I came out about disciplining our children in diaspora. Hi Kemi Sola, bring me all the goodies. Bring me all the goodies. We need to hook up. We need to hook up. So that is the topic, Jumac. If you want to call in and put an input about disciplining our kids in diaspora without having to go to jail, I will appreciate that. Funta said, the Bible says, spare the rod and spoil the child. Foolishness is in the heart of the child, but the rod of discipline is used to take it out. The truth is a child must be disciplined, but there are different ways of doing it. Each child must be studied. The appropriate discipline for each wrong done by the child must be appropriated and done in love, ensuring that the child is made to know why he is being disciplined and why he shouldn't. My sister is calling in. Please tune in. Okay, I'm waiting for my sister to come in. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, darling. Happy New Year. It's been a while.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I'm glad I'm able to call in. I'm sorry I'm running late, but I'm glad I catch this topic.
Thank you. I appreciate it. How is my mom and dad doing?
Everybody doing good. They're doing great.
Thank God. Thank God. Thank you. They are fine. So
I just want to add my 2 cents. I think it depends on each state about discipline and foster care and the removal situation. So in Maryland, it's a little different. They just don't remove your child for one situation, especially when there's no bodily mark, like when there's no physical, like they can easily look at it and see. Hold on for a minute, please. I'm sorry. When they cannot actually see a physical mark on the child, there's a lot of resources they want the family to try. There's family preservation, there's therapy, there's parenting class, there's anger management class. It's a lot of 2060 billion stuff they want the parent to exploit before it gets to removal. Removal of one child cost the state thousands of dollars. They don't want to remove your child. They want you to work with your child. I work in the system, so I'm telling you the fact of how the system works. They want you to work with your child. They want you to discipline your child. They don't want you to be abusive to your child. They don't want you to literally kill your child. Like the way they whip us back home, that's not what they want you to do. There are 100 ways to discipline a child. I find it very interesting that when you take things away from child, it actually hurt them more than you actually spank them, to be honest. It actually hurt them more than beating them. The world is going into technology right now, and the kids are very obsessed with their games, gadgets, you name it, their soccer practice, their game, whatever you say. You know what? You're not going this weekend because of that. You know what? This is what's going to happen. You know what? Go on timeout. You know what? I'm not taking you to the library to go get that favorite book of yours that you want. It's too much stuff that you can do before you actually lay your hands on that child. Then when you choose to lay your hands on the child, make sure now you don't have no mark on that child. In some states, you can't even do it at all. So I will first of all say, type it on your computer, Google it. What is the law of your state? What is your state telling you? My sister is saying something. Let me see.
I'm sorry, I was saying bye to Momsy and Poppy. I'm sorry.
No, my sister is also commenting too. They try to keep the family together. Yes. They try to keep the family together as much as possible. If you actually put your hands on them, please make sure now there's no mark. If there is a mark, that means the child is at danger. The child is at risk, and it's safety first. The child gotta go. They will put a child in care first, but that's not permanent. There's still another department called reunification. That means they give you another chance to work on your issue. Then they're gonna reunify you back with your child. They don't want to keep your child. That's what I always tell people. So the video has been going viral for a long time, to be honest, but I think their country might be different. Here in the US is a little different. Nigeria, everywhere is different, but you don't spank your child for one instance and they remove your child. There's 200 things that you can do. There's a lot of things you can do to help both the mom and the child to fix the problem. The goal is to fix the problem. The goal is to actually help the family, not to scatter the family, not to make everything. Emil, I believe, spare the rod and spoil the child. I believe in discipline. I don't believe in spanking so much. I use my regular voice a lot. So if you are the type of mother that you yell for everything, you're going to have difficulty raising your child in America. Because when you upset now that you need to use the peak of your voice to straighten that child, the child won't listen because all the time you're always yelling. So they don't even know when you're really serious. So when you need to use stop or something, they're gonna look at you like, mommy yell all the time. So what? Well, like, why is mommy yelling? You know, because so try to cultivate the habits of low voice. Can you tell them to stop bouncing the bomb on live video? Yeah. You got boys in the house, that's what happens. Sorry, yo, but you know, I'm telling you, that's the deal. We just have to, parents, especially in this Western world, then teach our children basic, you know, Nigerian language, Yoruba, Igbo, you know, Hausa. Don't be ashamed of your language. When situation warrants you to say something different to them, to go deep into their ears, speak that thing. Tell them, Krombe, Ofe Jegbao, you know, Wasuko, something that will occur to them that they get ready to get in trouble. Other than you say it in English that they're so used to all the time, they don't even take you serious. They don't take you serious, like, okay, mommy is upset or something. You know, so
my sister, please read the last comment. Somebody said, I need help. My sister is going through preteen issues and I am going mad. Please address that issue.
Oh, okay. For me, preteen is the worst stage ever. You can ask me all about that. It's written all on my face. Preteen is the worst stage ever.
Oh my goodness.
But the only way to do is create time, talk to them. Yes, please, guys. Yes, everything is yes for right now until I finish this last video. As soon as I get on the video, they all coming to me. But everything right now is yes. I set you guys free.
Yes.
But this is it's tough. It's really tough for me. There's something called hormonal changes in them. I'm sure you're a nurse. You can also expatiate on that. Their hormones is changing now. They're really smelling themselves. If they're boys, you know, their voice is getting thicker. They think they're grown. They want to do things that is extraordinary. Now, as a mother or as a sister, as whoever you are to them, this is the time you get to get closer to them to kind of help them out. You can't neglect them. You got to move closer to that child to build a better rapport with the child. I think technology is what is ruining everything for all the parents because they go to that gadget, they play with imaginary friend on their phone, they get to play imaginary things that we cannot see. Try to learn those things. When they play music, I get music from my kids. I listen to the same thing. And they already know the deal. All you have to tell them, they know. Even the grown-up, they will say, clean. Whatever they want to play, they will be like, whatever, clean. So that means no cussing, no carrying on, or whatever in it. Whenever they want to watch a video, they will say clean. So that means everything is going to be clean. It's going to be just whatever they play in the radio in the car. But you cannot you don't want to be a parent and you're not social. You're not out there. You don't know what your kids are doing. You don't know the music they're playing. You don't know, you know, what they're doing. If they want to go play with a friend, know the friend. Invite the friend over to your house. Let your house be the base. Know the person. You know, familiarize yourself with what they are doing. That's the only way you can help your teenager. You get to start from home. Let them know that you are okay. But if you are strict and you just hard on them and you just always constantly pushing them down, it's two things. They're going to rebel or they're going to depress. If they rebel, that will be worse. If they depress, they're going to withdraw. They're going to be antisocial. People are going to take advantage of them. It's going to even be worse. So the only way to do is move close to them, encourage them, give them life experience, tell them the real truth. You did not get to be a woman one day. We are all once a teenager. I take them back to when I was growing in Oshogo. I take them back how boys used to hunt me down, how my brother used to tell me what I learned from my brothers. That's the only way. But if you can't tell your sister or your child your story or how you get up to be a woman or adult, then they're not going to learn anything from you. You tell them your mistake, how you correct it, but you have to know your child. If you know they're going to use it against you in a negative way, you got to be careful. So you got to know who you're dealing with. That's why it comes down to each parent and making time for our parent. I think for our child, the key is that the country is designed for us to work. We monitor our kids with cell phone all day long. If that's your life, if that's how you roll,
it's not good.
No.
Keep print it to me, sister.
No.
Print it to me.
It's your life.
Keep printing minute. I'm listening.
Yeah, okay. So my sister said she want to call in that she can talk more about preteen. You know, cause she's a licensed mental health mental health therapist, and she deal with teen. She actually go to school to go give them, you know, counseling and stuff like that. So she might be able to expatiate on that. I do the opposite. I do the opposite of her. I deal with parents and family. I deal with family. So she's opposite of me. So she might be able, maybe when I go off, she can send you a request and she can talk more and expatiate on teen. I'm just talking about teen. I deal with my teenager out here.
Thank you so
But
much
I'm telling you, it's all about making time out for our children. It's all about, I'm sure we all have bills, but let me tell all our viewers one thing. When our kids get messed up, our money will be very useless.
Yeah, it will be useless.
Our money will be very, very useless. We will want to cry and we won't even get no tears. Life will be so miserable that we'll be like, how do we even get here? You know how you get there, from not taking that time out for that teenager, for letting them go in their room all the time on the phone. When you are home, sit with them, eat dinner with them, sit on the table, talk to them, make time at least out of 5 days a week, working days a week, sit on that dinner table with them 3 times and talk about school, talk about their boyfriend, I talk about their boyfriend. Even with the little ones, I talk about it. That girl, they don't even know what boyfriend is, but I put it out there just to kind of see where their head is. That's how you learn. That's how you know what they are doing. Ask them questions. When you do all these things, that's the only way you can help your child. But if you're not doing these things, your child is not getting the right help. You got to do homework with them. They're teenager, you're monitoring them with phone, you're not looking at schoolwork, you're not eating with them, you're not doing social stuff with them. You're not even praying with them. Christians, when I was growing up in Nigeria, all my Christians neighbor back home, bless their heart, their praise and worship wake me up in the morning and take me to sleep at night. Because they're going to wake us up in the morning when we're trying to pray our own prayer as Muslims. They're clapping their hands in the morning. And when we're going to sleep at night, they're doing the same thing. I don't even think in America is anything like that. Get back to that habit. We're so scared to wake our kids up for prayer. We're so scared to tell them, my kids know. Even when they are playing with their nephews and cousins on all this imaginary game, when it's time for salat or prayer or whatever,
they get to
when
it.
I say it's prayer time, they're going to tell them, we call you back, guys. We got to go. It's prayer time. They got to go.
Yeah.
So get your kids in the habit of prayer, connect them with God, connect with them personally, with their schoolwork, with with whatever they are doing, and God will make the rest easier. It's already tough. We are in America. So as the parent, we just have to make it easier on us. But they're not going to remove a child. They don't want to remove. But we as a parent, we just have to be careful to prevent a child from being removed. If they see that, if there's physical abuse, sexual or whatever abuse, and there's evidence, or they feel like they can't substantiate it, but they feel that the child is safer being removed, they will. They will definitely do that until they put a lot of stuff in place. Then you go to reunification state. That is, they still try to reunify you back with your child because they don't want to kick out all that money to raise somebody else's child still for 18 years,
All that resources will be going down the drain.
And to be honest, and they will tell you statistics, the child in foster care, they're less to be successful because they're going to rebel. They're going to be, they're going to, they're just going to, they don't want to be there. They don't want to be there.
Why did they take me away from home?
They don't.
It's a difficult thing. It's really a difficult. Thank you so much for your time, sis. I really
thank you. God bless you. You have a beautiful weekend. I'm glad I'm able to check in. All right. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Please, you can call in now. That was a beautiful one from my sister. I really appreciate her calling in. Oh my God, I've known her since when we were little. I didn't even know what she was doing. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you calling in. Sister Olabisetunde, please, you can go ahead and call in now if you're still on, and if somebody else want to call in and chip in, that would be nice. We are learning. Oh my God. Preteen, teenagers, it's a difficult time to deal with. Okay, Sister Olabisetunde is calling in.
My people, my people.
Hi,
Ah,
sis.
my people.
Thank you for calling
How is
in.
everybody doing?
We are great. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Please forgive me. I'm on my way somewhere. That's why I kind of look raggedy. Forgive me.
That is fine.
Oh, oh my! I saw that video a while ago, and my sister nailed everything on the head in terms of how the system works. Now to address Lady Fumi's question about preteen,
Okay.
it is a very difficult time.
Yes.
But the reality is, I think we, especially we African parents, we do too much. We
Yes.
overthink it. And in my line of work, I'm a therapist, and I've had, Sudanese, Nigerian, Sierra Leone, and Cameroonian high school children look me in the face and tell me, my parents just don't understand.
Oh,
They
wow.
don't. Because, we have expectations of these children
Mm-hmm.
that it's not possible for them to live up to right here in the United States. We cannot raise them the way we are raised. I think that's one thing with Nigerian and African parents and parents, period. We need to know that they are from a different time. I'm not saying that we should let them, get rotten, be a typical stupid American kid. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm serious. But we have to be cognizant of where they're coming from. We have to remember that they have peer pressure. Those kids go to school sometimes and people laugh at them about their accent. I remember that nonsense. My first time in Baltimore City Community College, the whole class busted out laughing because I said something out of my mouth. They
Oh,
will
my
not
God.
sit with me. They will not talk to me. They call me all kind of monkeys. Teenage years, middle school, high school is the most difficult time. And I keep
Oh,
telling
my
this parent,
goodness.
get yourself together. Did anybody call you monkey when you were going to Shobo Grammar School? Nobody did now. Everybody's a monkey now. Everybody's a monkey. But here in the United States, our children are going through different sets of problems. And I think that's the first thing we need to realize.
Yeah.
They are in a situation where they are in the middle. They are trying to assimilate. See, they're trying to be American.
Oh,
They don't mean to,
please.
but it's kind of like where they are, right? And many of them, for example, my children are American, but at the same time, they are Nigerian first because when we get into the house, things are getting Nigerian so fast.
Mm-hmm.
But we African parents, we forget to talk to them. We forget to ask them what's going on. You know, we tell them, soldier material. This is what I need you to do, and I need you to do it. And no,
Mm-hmm.
you can't. Come on now, Abby.
We don't consider them at all. We do not consider them at all. We just want them to do what we want to do.
It
And it's
doesn't it
not, it's not
doesn't work
right.
that way.
No, it
I
doesn't.
know we want the best for them, we want them to succeed, but I am begging you to take a moment. Many of the things that Jumoke said, to please have a conversation with those children. Let me
Yes.
tell you what I have found many times that has worked out for preteen in the United States.
Okay.
When they get to that age, parents, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's not sit over here and act like we know everything. We don't.
Hmm.
Not when we're in the
We've been
United
there.
States,
We've
honey,
been
you
in
don't.
that position too. We've been in that position too.
Yes, we have. The one thing that I have found that has been very helpful is when parents accept the fact that they may just not be able to provide these children, these teenagers, with the kind of support that they need here in the United States. Get them help.
Hmm.
Connect them with a counselor, connect them with a therapist, go to their school and see who the guidance counselor is, see if they can go and talk to that guidance counselor. You will be amazed at what they will
Wow.
share. But let me tell you why African parents don't do that, because they don't want their family business outside. They don't want the children to go
Ego.
and tell everybody what's going on. What is wrong with you?
Ego. Ego and pride now. Ego and pride.
Yes. Why are you so proud to the extent that it's affecting the health and mental well-being of your child?
Your child
Because
doesn't.
she's not promiscuous, or because the guy is not smoking weed, or she's not pregnant, your girl, doesn't mean she's happy. She's just
Mm-hmm.
not talking to you. Do you think kids
You.
want to go up into their room and shut their door every time? They have things to say, but as a mother, you are not listening. When they say
Hmm.
something, you hear something else. Because guess what? I'm from Cameroon. We do it differently. I don't want you to be spoiled. Nimata, I agree with you, Nima. High school, Nima, one of my good friends is saying high school is very hard for her. I had to beat some kids up.
That cracks me
Sometimes you have
up.
to do that. I'm serious though. I'm serious. Oh my God, Nima, you got me started on that. Let me give you a case and point on sometimes what happens when children are not listened to by parents, when they are not forgive me,
Oh wow.
given the kind of help that they need. This is what happens. So I had a particular client, well, more like a patient, who had a situation where she went to school and she beat up two kids, put them in the hospital because they had concussion and broken faces, all kind of bad news. And also the vice principal also had a dislocated hip because
Oh
that kid
wow.
went crazy. I'm Igbo. This guy was Igbo gay. That Igbo Nigerian thing came out
Oh
very fast.
wow.
So my question as soon as the kid presented in my office is, well, how did we get here?
I
Both
know.
parents are from the east side of Nigeria. Apparently, they've been bullying her in school. She's reported to school several times. The dad has
And they
been
did
to
nothing.
school to talk to the school several times, but they did nothing because um, it wasn't like they were beating her up, but they would say something like "stinking monkey," or
Hmm.
they will pull her hair when she had
Ah,
braids,
that's
or when
fickle. That is fickle.
like little sneaky stupid stuff, things that
Uh-huh.
she doesn't really have evidence for. So
Oh,
this one day she was walking down the hallway and that girl pulled her weave. She had hair and pulled her hair, so she turned around and lost her shit
I
and
know.
and beat all of them up. So I mean, and they were trying to suspend her. They were trying to expel her. Remember, I told you the vice principal also lost her. God,
Hmm.
they were trying to expel her, and I was like, wait a minute, you can't do that because this
Because
child tried her best, you
yeah,
know,
because she's reporting and nothing was done about
and
it.
nothing happened. But as soon as I said that to the school, I looked at the dad and I said, look, you waited too long. This
Yeah.
child needed help. She was and you're right for me. There is a lot of emotionally. We need to raise a lot of emotionally stable kid. This kid tried to be stable, but eventually she lost her damn mind,
I
and she
don't
was in
blame
a
her.
place where. And can you blame her though? The
I don't
parents
blame her.
failed her. The school failed her. She didn't have a choice but to beat some kids up, and that was the only way she got.
Yeah. Oh, the network right there. Oh,
Feel like sometimes as
oh, that
parents
was the network.
we am I breaking up? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you were breaking up at the point, but we can hear you now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said some. I guess in all my talking, what I want us to remember as African parents or as parents as a whole is that corporal punishment may be the way we are raised. I have two children, honey. If that kid don't, I'm gonna smack you. Don't get me started. You gonna get it, you know. But that's not the first thing that we go to. Let's talk to them. Let's build relationship with them. If you are a
Yeah.
nurse and you are doing triple shifts, and mama is raising the children, we have a problem already. I give those
Already,
children
I
5 more
know.
years. I'm just saying. I give those children 5 more years already. Oh.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
That is
just
the
saying. We
truth. The gospel truth. Oh,
have children.
the network is not in favor of us this afternoon.
And we need to remember that we are in the United
Oh,
States and things are different. I am so sorry I took too much of your time. I just got carried away.
no, you're fine. You're fine. Thank you so much. The
So
network is
thank
definitely
you.
on your side. Thank you for joining in. If anybody wants to call it, that's fine. Thank you.
Bye. Take care.
Bye, baby. Oh, that was a beautiful one. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. If we still have anybody that wants to call in and chip in, you are welcome to do so. At least we learn one thing or the other, especially we working parents. America, we have to pay bills. I mean, everywhere we have to pay bills. We have to pay bills. We want to look good. We want the kids to look good. So we tend to do extra time. Like me, I am guilty. I am so guilty of it. I work nights. And I realize that when I go to work at night, I'm leaving at a particular time, leaving my kid when I'm supposed to be there with him, that we need to interact, that we need to eat dinner together, that we need to watch movie together. I am not there. The only way I can be there is to be on the phone with him. And when I'm calling on the phone, he doesn't even want to talk more than 1 minute because he got to get back to his game and play his game. The game is his best friend, his laptop is his best friend, and mommy is at work. And I sat down in 2017. I was like, are you stupid? What is going on with you? That is the only kid you got. Why will you keep working nights and working nights and working nights, and that kid is not, you're not there with the kid? And I'm like, you know what? 2018 is my year. February 1, I'm going on day shift. No more night shift for me. I'm gonna be in that boy's life. 3 days a week, I'm done. Then the remaining 4 days, we're gonna party and roll, me and my kid. I have to be in his life. Even his preteen, I want to know what is going on. I want to know when he has his first girlfriend. I want to know what they have to talk about. I want to know everything. I don't want my son to mingle with some people that I do not know and get involved in some things that I won't be proud of, and I'll be regretting why did I make my job more important. I know I gotta pay bills. We gotta manage. If I have to stop buying clothes, if I have to stop eating junk, if I have to stop saving too much for me to be in his life, yes, I will do that. So that's an interesting part. We really enjoy this. Oh, I forgot to acknowledge my babies, Miss Esther Palmer. Thank you for joining in. A lot of people are joining while we have my sister on the line. Sister Fumi Aladeshayi, thank you very much. Miss Olasumbo Ogun, thank you for tuning in. Nimata Optima Kamara, thank you so much. You were hilarious. Oh my God. You were hilarious. Thank you for tuning in. Yetunde Olatijawa Soye, thank you for tuning in. Juma, thank you. That was a beautiful comment. Baford, I see you. A double-sided girl. My brother Frederick Dele Agusoye, thank you so much. If anybody still want to call in, please do call in. Sister Falaka Sulia Tonilo Ladeniji, how are you doing? Happy New Year, ma. It's been a while. Thank you for tuning in. Dr. Olatoksi says sometimes we just make sacrifices for our children. Yes, I am making that sacrifice. I am going all out there for my kid. I'm going to do it. 2018 is the year to do it. And it's a big step for me. I'm doing it. Oh, Sister Remy Obanero. Hello, sis. How are you? Happy New Year. Thank you for tuning in. We're talking about discipline of our kids in diaspora and ways to go about it and not get in trouble. We got a good point from Sister Jumac, and we got a good point from my other sister that called. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Thank you. If anybody still want to call in, that is fine. I'm available. Thank you, Dr. Latoxi, for your love and your support. I really appreciate you. I really wish we can have a man call in. That would be so awesome. That would be so awesome. Then now I actually chat with one of the numerous uncles I have on Facebook, and he said that he's not gonna call in, but the thing is that I should please tell the woman after I treated my husband is a talkative. Oh, thank you, Sister Rashida Tapidemi. How are you? Thank you so much. Thank you for the encouragement. Please like, share, and comment so that other people can benefit from it. So the uncle said I should tell you ladies, and I should please tell his wife to spending so much time in front of the mirror, that the time we spend in front of the mirror is too much, and that she's always wasting time when they have to go to church on Sunday. So that is a point that I am telling you ladies. Your husbands are complaining you spend too much time in front of the mirror. Please take notes and spend less time. So I believe this will be a wrap. Let me see if we still have any other thing, if somebody is going to call in, but I believe that is all for today. Okay, and oh, my brother Frederick Delagoso said kind of busy right now. Would have loved to call in. Hope to join in live next time. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It will be fun for us to have a man to actually come in and give us an input. And you ladies, I won't call in complain. One letting pay to new mirror. wọ́n lè ń pẹ́jú wájú mirror pé makeup yẹn ń dá gbogbo nǹkan dúró wọ́n ní kẹ́ reduce it please kind of reduce it. I have passed the message across to Uncle. So to round it up, they said that before a child can be taken from a home, it involves a lot of stuff and it involves resources. So therefore, they don't just take a child away from you. They will look into it, weigh the options, and they said there is something called reunification. Thank God we listened to it. Oh, my sister Esther Palmer, it's understandable. It's understandable. Sister, Sister Fumi Adeshe, you said, not like we will not reduce. Your husbands are complaining, They said you spend too much time in front of the mirror. And taking too much time that you need to spend less time. There's some money she beautify facing your phone. That man said his wife will paint the face when she's going to the office. She will clean up the face at night when they want to sleep, that she still rub a cream. I said she needs to glow for you now. Why are you complaining? Sister Fumi Adeshe, thank you, Jare. Ladies have to look good. We just have to look good every time. Every time we have to look good. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. I'm just going to wait for like 2 more minutes to see if anybody's going to call in. If not, it's going to be a wrap. Thank you very much. This is a beautiful topic and we learn from it. I think I mistakenly deleted my cousin's comments from top. If you are still on, sweetheart, please repost it. I know it's long, but it was a beautiful comment. I was trying to pin it and I mistakenly deleted it. Forgive me, darling. Please repost. Okay. Olori Tayola Fusi said discipline is sometimes necessary, but we shouldn't provoke them. Actually, I have found out that a lot of times we, the parents, we provoke our kids. I found out we provoke our kids. I'm not going to lie to you. My parents do provoke me at times, but they're still parents. And we just have to be mindful of the fact that we were also in those positions. The kids, we were also preteen before we were also teenagers. So at times when we're handling situations, we should also think about the fact that we were there. We should think about how we felt when we were in that stage in handling things. Koma je everything. La fi mama shebinu fi ba wonja. We should bring ourselves down to their position. Let's bring ourselves down to their level to understand. And if we bring ourselves down to their level, then it will be a great thing. We will be able to understand how they feel. They are already asking me if I'm done. I need to go out. I think nobody's gonna call in. I'm gonna play music. But if somebody wants to call in, I'm still here. Let me play music. Oh, seriously? Who changed my music? I don't want to watch cartoon. Oh, lordy. Okay, let's see. Does anybody want to call in? Thank you. Sister Shijola said they provoke you and you turn out all right. Yeah. Thank you. Sister Esther Palmer said you're looking good. Thank you, Jumac Sunshine. If we don't, they will look at others. Yeah, we just have to give them. We have to spend time with them. When we don't spend time with them, yeah, come. Can you put Nigerian music for me here on YouTube? I would like you can put Wizkid or Olamide, one of the two. Keep that in mind. Yeah. We just have to be mindful because at times when they start growing up into an individual and they're building up their own characters and traits. We just have to be mindful and respect it as well. But with what my sister said, that some kids, when they start locking themselves up in rooms, it might mean that they have things bottled up in them that they need to discuss with you, but because they know that when they come to you, your attitude is going to be like, I'm busy. I am so guilty of that as well, because at times when he wants to talk to me, I might be doing my gbebo on the phone and I might not want to listen to him, but believe me, things have changed. When he just wants my attention one time, I'm turning around and like, okay, what do you have to say? Because it's all about him now. It's not all about me. Look, which one did you put? Ah? Okay, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, we're about to round up, so I'm just gonna play music since we don't have anybody calling in anymore. My brother promised that another time on my live chat, he can call in. Sister Esther Palmer too promised to call in another time in the live chat. But any question can be placed in my inbox, then we might treat it, or I might just reply you. I might connect you with my two sisters. They are actually working for social services. Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, ma. I love you all. Thank you for participating. God bless you. Alaji Rashid Deka Sonsa, Eshegoni, for always coming in. God bless you, sir. Eshegon, sir. Thank you, Dr. Lactox. You are a good friend. Thank you so much. I double side to Olanike Omotunde. Thank you for joining in, though you're late. So we're just gonna wrap up. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, Funta, if you're online, please repost your comments. I'm sorry I mistakenly deleted it. Shubu Sheka. Not for me. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. I like your face. I have my face. Come my way. Eh? The fire, fire, fire. Esho. Fire, fire. Thank you. I think we will be dealing with I'll try my best. I'll check my schedule. I'll check my schedule and be able to get in touch with the lady I'm bringing in. She's a very beautiful beautician, a professional, well known in the city of London. I hope London, but city in me, but London, me, but city in London, but state. Just pardon me. I'll be bringing her in. It's just me delaying things. I'm gonna give her the time that will be comfortable for me to bring her in, and we can ask her questions relating to using cream, to tone, to bleach, the side effects, the things that we need to avoid. So we're gonna be able to discuss that, but I'll keep you updated on that, and it's gonna be coming up pretty soon, probably next week Saturday if I'm not working, but I'll let you guys know. Thank you very much. Friends me. God bless you. I love you all. Mwah, 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 mwah. Misty, let's go. What's up, baby girl? Our Uncle Judge Elijah Shewa. Actually, we're rounding up. It's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I love you all. Bye.